Assalamu alaikum, I'm Miss Homa, and this video I'm making for Al Marifa International School teachers to tell you how to make assessments and how to use the ready-made assessments or how to edit the ready-made assessments and just choose and pick some questions from the questionnaire which is already available for us on McGraw website. I will share my screen with you now. If you can see my screen now. I told you previously how to create a class. Once you create a class and you log in with your accounts, the first screen you will see is this one. And then you will click on your class. Once you clicked on your class, you are going to go to assessments. Now, once I clicked here on assessments, one thing I would like to tell you here is whatever assessment that you are creating or editing will be under this one, my assessments. It will automatically be saved under my assessments. Okay. Now, if you are using, let's say, a ready-made assessment, for example, the grade 7 teachers, we are using this module dynamic ecosystems. And under dynamic ecosystems, we are teaching this lesson, interactions with an ecosystem. Now, these are the questions already available for us. Okay, let's say I want to create an assessment which will be corrected itself. I don't want to go online and correct for my students. I want it auto-corrected to reduce my work. For example, true or false here, multiple choice questions here, fill in the blank here. These are all the questions which will be corrected automatically by the system. But this question here, the short answer and the essay, these two are not going to be corrected automatically. These two questions, it will say for the student, waiting for your teacher's review, something like that, a note will be there. And even in our systems, when we log in as a teacher, it will be pending for score. It will say pending for teacher's score. And we have to read it and then put the mark. So, for example, we want to reduce our work, so we don't want these two questions. I just want to use the questions, ready-made questions from McGraw, and I just want to remove these questions. So I will remove here. From here, I am going to remove. Again, the question that I want to remove, I am going to click here on these three dots and click on remove. Now I remove these questions. Now I want to save this one. I want to save this one. This is my assessment. So I will create a title for it. Let's say I will say tutorial 27 March 2020. Sorry, 2020. Okay. I'm going to click here, save and exit. Now I already created an assessment. I have created, but where is it? As I told you at the beginning of the video, all the assessments that we are creating are going to go under assessments, then my assessment here, my assessments here. Now when I click here, see, you can see the assessment here. It is already here. Now, if you want to see how this assessment is going to look on your student screen, you can click on these three dots here and click on student preview. When you click on students preview, another new tab is going to open, and this new tab is going to be exactly like how it will appear on student screen, as if you are a student now. This is how this assessment is going to look on a student screen. There are 8 questions, 8-mark assessment, start assignment. This is a true or false question. Let's say I will put any answers and I will just see how it's going to be at the end. So this one, let's say it's competition. I'll put any random answers. Yeah, whatever. Again, whatever. Okay, this was the last question and I just submitted the assignment. Now, here on the student screen, it will say assignment submission before they submit. Okay, this one, it does not get submitted directly. They will ask again. Once the student again clicks on submit assignment the second time, it will be submitted. Now, because we chose the questions which were going to get corrected automatically, the correction is done. So the student will see this one, view score details. Once they click here, they can see how many marks they have scored. I have scored 3 marks here because I chose wrong. Here, this one was correct, this one was correct, this one was correct. So the students can see their own mistakes and they can get the marks immediately after they finish their assessment. This is the ready-made assessment. Now I'm going to tell you how to create your own assessment for every session if you want to create one. Okay. So again, if I want to create assessment, there are many different types of questions that I can create. Multiple choice questions, true or false, fill in the blanks, close, ordering, many. I will tell you like 6 or 7 today. First of all, I will click on new assessment and I will give a title here, tutorial assessment. Again, I'm going to click here on new assessment when I want to create my own assessment. I'm not using from McGraw, any questions. And I will give the name to the assessment and I will create the assessment. Now, once I created the assessment, this is the screen I will see. Now I want to create new question. Now, once I click on create new question, I will see this screen. They will first ask me, what is the type of question that I want to create? Is it a multiple choice question, short answer, fill in the blank, essay, close, true or false, or multi-select, multiple choice question, and so on. There are lots of options here. First, I will tell you how to do multiple choice questions. I will click on a multiple choice question. Okay. And then once the screen appears, I will try to create one question. Let's say my question is, two different species benefiting from each other are in a relationship called dash. Okay. Now I will put all my options here. My first option, I'll put it here, mutualism. Second option here, commensalism. Then parasitism, or a predator-prey relationship, let's say. Predator-prey relationship. Okay, I created options, but now I have to tell the system which option is correct from these options. It puts this small cross here with all the options, right? I'm going to click on the correct option. If the correct answer is mutualism, I'm going to click here. It becomes correct and it will be saved in the system. And if I want my student screen when they go and do the question, that every time the options should shuffle themselves, I will click this one, shuffle. Okay, this is if you want to give a hint, if you want to give any example, if you want to give any explanation for your students to do the question for that purpose. Now here, how many points you want to give your student for this question? I want to give 1 mark, so I will save. So this is the question I created, one question, multiple choice. If I want to see how it is going to look on my student screen, I will click here, preview. This is the one question that is going to appear on my student screen. Okay. Now, this is only one question. I want to add more questions. I will go to question, create new question. Let's say now I want to create short answers. We are only going to use when we want to correct the assignment ourselves. For today, I'm going to tell you all those options in which it will be corrected automatically. Fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks will be corrected automatically if you want. And if you want, you can put in the system an option that I want to correct this fill in the blank manually. But when we say that we fill in the blank must be corrected automatically, if our students they make any spelling mistakes, the system will consider it as a wrong answer, and um, we don't want this to happen. So if you create a fill in the blank question, please mention there that use correct spelling, something, make a note there for your students. For example, if I make a fill in the blank question here, now I will show you how to make it. I will say, let's say, yeah, when same species work together for their benefit, it is a, now when you want to create a blank for your student, you are going to use underscore 2 times. This is called underscore. I already put one underscore. Now I'll put another one. That's it. 2 underscores to create a fill in the blank question. Okay. It is a dash relationship. Once I put these 2 underscores, immediately it will show here these options, which is an indication that you have used the correct symbols here. Now, this is the question. Now, I am going to write the correct answer here. So it is cooperative relationship. Now, you have some options here. Do you want this answer to be case sensitive? Case sensitive means that if the student use capitals, it will be wrong. We don't want that. We want to ignore the accents, we want to ignore spacing, and we want to ignore the punctuation, right? We don't want any, if our students, they make some small mistakes, if there is some space in their answer, or if there is, sometimes British accents have different spellings and American accent have different spellings. We want to ignore all those things. So we will check on all these options, but we don't want case sensitive. We don't want, if our student just use capital C here, the system to say that the answer is wrong. So I will just choose these 3 and I will go down and I will say that I want 1 mark for this one. And from here, scoring, I don't want it manual. I will click manual if I want to correct this fill in the blank question myself. But if I want it to get auto-corrected by the system, I'm going to click here on perfect response. Save. So now I have created a fill in the blank question. So first question is multiple choice, second is fill in the blank. Now let's create another question from here. Create new question. Now I will go to the type of the question. Let's say now the type of question that I want to make is close question. What is a close question? In a close question, you can have more blanks and each blank has options. For example, if I say this one, in parasitism, one organism is, again, 2 underscores, and see this option here down appears. One organism is dash and the other organism is dash. Now it already shows here blank 1 answer, blank 2 answer choices. Now you can add choices here for this blank. For first blank, if I want to say my options for parasitism, 1 I want to say harmed, 1 I want to say neutral. In the second blank, let's say I want to say neutral, and one of them I want to say benefited. Okay, these are the options for blank 1. These are the options for blank 2. Now I can go down. I don't want to put any hint or example or explanation, nothing. Perfect response. I want, because there are 2 blanks, I want to put 2 marks for this question. So I'll put 2 marks here and save. Oh, sorry, I forgot to give which is the correct answer. I want to put in the system which one is correct. So the correct answer for blank 1 is harmed and the correct answer for blank 2 is benefited. Now I will go down and save. Now This question is also created. If you want to see how it appears on student screen, again, I will go here, preview. This is how it is going to appear on my student screen. In parasitism, one organism is, they will choose the answer, and the other organism is, they will choose the answer from here. Okay. If I want to see how this fill in the blank is going to look, preview, it is going to look like this. When same species work together for their benefit, it is a dash relationship. They will just type their answer here. This is how it is going to appear on the student screen. Now I added 4 marks already. I want to add more questions. Another type of question, which is true or false. Okay, let's say I want to say mutualism is when two different species benefit each other. Now, true or false? I just want to input which is this statement true or false. This statement is true, so I'm going to put true here, and that's it. 1 mark question, save. So now here I have different types of questions. 1 multiple choice, 1 fill in the blank, 2 mark for the closed question, and 1 for true or false question. Now I will add another question here. The question I will select is, okay, here, this matching and bucketing, it is very similar. I will tell you how to use matching, and I will tell you what is the difference between matching and bucketing question. So let's go to matching question. So my question, I will just say, match the following, or whatever you want to say. And then here I will say my first one. Okay, when you are entering, you are going to enter in the correct way. The choices will be shuffled automatically by the system. You are not going to shuffle them. When you enter it in the system, you're going to put them in the correct order. For example, parasitism, it is, the correct option for parasitism is one benefited, 1 harmed. Then next, mutualism, both benefited. Then commensalism, 1 benefited, 1 harmed. Oh, sorry, 1 neutral. Okay, now I have added different, I have added my multiple choice question, but if I want to add some distractors for my student, I want to add some extra options to confuse my students, what am I going to do in that case? In that case, I have an option here called distractors. I can just add both harmed as a distractor. I can add another distractor here saying 1 harmed, 1 neutral. These are the distractors. These are the wrong answers, but I'm just adding them to confuse my students. Then I don't want to put hint or example or anything. This is a 3 mark question because we have three things to match, and save. Now I have 1 matching question here. Now if I want to see how it appears on my student screen, preview. Okay, this is how it is going to appear on the student screen. Your student will have to drag and drop the options. Now I told you before that in the bucketing and the matching, they are very similar. What is the difference between them is, in matching, when we take an option from here, let's say for parasitism, it is 1 benefited and 1 harmed. When I put this one option here, it's gone from here. Now only 4 are left, right? But if you use the bucketing option, it will still stay there. You can use the same option many times. You can say 1 benefited, 1 harmed here, and then again you can put it here, then again you can put it here. It does not disappear from the options here. Anyways, for matching, now mutualism, let's say both benefited, your student is going to put it here. Then commensalism, 1 benefited, 1 neutral. That's it. This is how your student is going to solve it. So we finished the matching. Now I will tell you another type of question how to create it. Labeling. If you want your students to label images, how to do that? There is an option here, image labeling. You can go to this option. Then you can say your question, what type of relationship is in the image below. Okay, and please, these are the only file types which are supported by McGraw. So please use these types. Okay, now I will just browse the image from wherever it is in my system. I will browse it. After browsing, let's say I want to use this image, the honeybee and the flower. Open. If it is correct file type, it will be uploaded here. Now, you can add options for your students, different options. Let's say first option, I will say it is a parasitism, add label. Then second add label is going to be mutualism. Another label I will add is commensalism. Commensalism. I have added labels. Now I have to say which one is the correct answer. So I am going to drag this one and put the correct answer here in the image. Once I put that correct answer here, then I can go down and say it is a 1 mark, save. Now let's see how it is going to appear on my student screen. Let's go to preview. So what type of relationship is in the image below? Here they have the option of putting the answer here, and here are the different options that I wrote, the different labels. You will just choose the correct answer and put it here in this box. That's it. So this is the labeling question, how you can add in your assignments or assessments. Another type of question that you can add is ordering. How to give them a question of ordering. Okay, this is one type. So I can have a question saying arrange the following according to their energy levels. Sorry, arrange the following according to their energy levels. Then I will say lowest energy must be at the top. Just a note for my students. Now here I will put all the options in the correct order. When I'm making an assessment, I'm going to put them in the correct order. Choices will be shuffled automatically by the system. So at the top, I want to have top predator. Then I want to have consumer. Then I want to have herbivore. And then I want to have another choice, say producer. And then I just want to, okay, it is ordering 4 of them, so I will put 2 mark, half mark for each. Save. Now, if I want to see how this question is going to appear on my student screen, I will just go here on these 3 dots, preview. Now, this is how it is going to appear on my student screen. They have been shuffled automatically. I want this was the one that should be at the top, so it will go at the top. Producer should go down. Then wait a minute, producer goes down. Yeah, here. Then herbivore here. This is what the student has to do. Wait a minute, it's not going down. Yeah, now it's fine. producer, herbivore, consumer, top predator. And then they will just put it this way and move to the next question. This is how it is going to appear on my student screen. So these are different types and they will be corrected automatically. If you want to see how the whole assignment is going to show on the student screen, then what I can do is, now here I have already made 7 questions worth 11 points, the assignment. Now let me show you the student preview, how it is going to show on your student screen, the whole assignment. When your student is going to click on this assignment, it will show like this. Let it open. By the time it is opening, I am going to tell you something else here. Now, where is this assignment? First of all, I created questions, but I did not save and exit. So save and exit. Now, once I saved and I exit, where is this assessment? Because I created this assessment, all the assessments that I create will be under my assessment. So I will go here. Here is a tutorial assessment. Now, whenever you want to assign this assessment for your students, you will just click here and go to assign. Now I have clicked assign and I will get the options of how the time limit and everything. Now this assessment, it has very short answers, so I want it to be time limited. I want it to be 30 minutes. The lowest time we have is 30 minutes. So I'll put 30 minutes here. I will schedule it that it should be only, it should start at whatever time and end at whatever time. We will give them 1 hour because some students, they take longer to open their accounts and go and click on the assignment. So we will keep the whole assignment open for 1 hour for our session. And that's it. We will just click on assign here. Assign. Okay, this is ready, I think. Not yet. Anyways, it has been assigned. Now I will go from a student account, which I made last time here. And I will show you how it is going to show on my student's screen. Close it. The system is a little bit slow. Okay, here. The account I created was Muhammad, I think, Isa, 2020, I think. Yeah, that's right. This is the account I created last time. And now I will go to launch as a student. This is a student account. Then I will go to my assignments. And here I have my tutorial assignment, the one I just made now, and I have assigned now to my student. It's here. Once the student clicks here, then now there is a time limit of 30 minutes. You have 7 questions, 11 points. There are some instructions. Make sure you have good internet connection before starting. Do not use your browser's forward or backward buttons while taking the test. Start the assignment. So 2 different speeches benefiting from each other. I'll put some correct answers and some wrong answers to show you how it will show. And see here, the student has a timer here going on. Now, when same species work together for their benefit, it is a cooperative relationship. Then the next question, in parasitism, one organism is harmed and one is benefited. when two different species benefit each other. This is true actually, but I'll put the wrong answer here. Here also I will put some random answers. Then save and continue. Actually, this one, labeling. Just put the answer here. And here the arranging question. The producer goes down, then the herbivore, then the consumer, and the save and continue. Now this is the end of the assignment. It asks the student, do you want to submit? Just click here on submit. The student will click here. And it has been submitted. Now the student immediately gets view score details. When the student clicks here on score details, it says you have 7 points out of 11 points. Now the student is not viewing the answers, which questions were wrong, which were right, because I did not open that option for my student. Now if I go back here to tutorial assessment and I go to edit. After clicking on edit, I am going to have the option here. Student score sheet may view scores but not the answers. I don't want that. I want them to view the scores after completing the assessment. They should see the whole score sheet. And if you want the students, they should see the explanation or not, you can have that. But we have not created any explanations. And the reasoning, if you remember, I told you I'm not writing any explanation. I'm not writing any explanation. I did not write any explanation. If I would have written an explanation there, after completing the assessment, the students can see the explanation. Now here, student score sheet may view after completing the assessment, save. So now when my student, this one, will close it. Did I save it? Students may save. Saved. Okay, now when my student goes here to the past work, the tutorial, and open it, now they can see which question was correct for them, which question was wrong for them, and everything is here, right? So thank you. That's it. I told you how to create assessments, how to use ready-made assessments, how to edit the ready-made assessments. So that's it for the day.